Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk a little bit of Jizzy because Bo Dietl has re entered the conversation. Andy Cohen is also here. Teresa Giudice is revealing what triggers her about her new husband, Louis Ruelas, and which of her daughters is most like her. So we have a lot to talk about, lots to discuss. Now, before we jump in, you guys know how this works. Do all the YouTube things, smash that like button, show some love, and let's do the damn thing right now.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So interestingly enough, Teresa Giudice is sharing outside of her love bubble. So funny. Actually, by the way, this morning, my little naked cats, because it's only 8:30 in the morning here, rubbed all over my face. So I'm having a little bit of a sniffly reaction. So I apologize, guys. I'm allergic. However, we're back to talk about Teresa Giudice. So I say, let's get into all of the shenanigans. Teresa Giudice admitted that her husband, Louis Ruelas, triggers her during a recent episode of her podcast. While addressing a comment that Louis made during an appearance on Sherri Shepherd's talk show, Sherri, on her podcast, the Real Housewives of New Jersey star shared which of her 4 daughters is most like her during a separate interview. Okay. I was always feisty. So if I had to pick one kid that was most like me, I would say Melania. Melania and Gia, I was the most like. This is what she said on her VIP Giudice experience. Maybe a little bit more like Gia because I was afraid of my dad. So, okay, she's giving us a little bit of this, a little bit of that. She's saying which daughter she's more like, and you can't blame her because at least she's talking about it, right? Hold on. I just wanted to play this for you guys so you can at least just get an idea from her herself because she's the one saying it, not me. Hold on.
Feisty. So if I had to pick one kid that was the most like me, I would say maybe Melania and Gia.
Yeah.
I was the most like, but I didn't. Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit more like Gia because I was afraid of my dad. I was always feisty.
Okay, so maybe a little bit more like Gia because she was afraid of her dad. Okay, so let's keep it going because it always keeps going. Then on the May 31st episode of Namaste Bitches via Heavy, Teresa said that during a newlywed game on Sherri, she and Louis were directed to name their partner's most annoying habit. And in response, Louis said Teresa didn't like that he smoked cigarettes. He said his smoking, and I'm like, well, I really didn't want to tell people you smoked. He's like, I'm glad I said it because he really wants to quit. So she's saying that pretty much with him saying it, even if it's in a game or whatever, that it's holding him accountable for his smoking habits. All right. According to the longtime Jersey cast member, she feels Louis' behavior is triggering due to the fact that her late parents, Antonia Gorga, and her father, obviously, they both smoked. His dad is a smoker too, so I want them to quit just because it's triggering to me because both my parents smoked and my dad had lung issues and my mom, she got pneumonia and pretty much, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was her lungs because it wasn't her lungs, but I don't know. I just didn't like that she smoked. She believes that it did not help her father who passed away. Who passed away in 2020. He had trouble breathing and at the end he was on oxygen. So I just don't like that. Also on the episode, Teresa said she believes her late mom and dad had something to do with her meeting her now husband, Louis, at the Jersey Shore in 2020. She said, I lost both of my parents, and I swear to you, I prayed to my parents. Someone said, if you want something, you should ask your parents. They will help you. So I looked up in the sky 3 weeks before that, and I poured my guts out to my parents, and I'm like, Ma, Papa, send me a guy that's everything you wanted from me and more on Bay Boulevard. And that's the street where I met Louis on. What a coinkydink. I mean, I think that her love story is super sweet. And I think that her being like, I asked for a sign and she feels like her parents gave her a sign and maybe her parents did give her a sign. I think that it's really unfortunate that there are so many red flags and people are picking these things apart. I even received some messages saying, Adam, this is borderline bullying on Louis. I'm like, no, it's not. Because even when All About the Real Housewives just came out and said Louis' ex has also been accused of this, and this, I was like, oh, Louis might actually be vindicated in this case. So I'm always just kind of delivering the story. I don't have a bone to pick or a dog in this fight. but it keeps going. There's somebody else who does. Andy Cohen is revealing that PI Bo Dietl tracked him down and is sharing their text exchange. Plus, he calls part 3 of the Jersey reunion upsetting and shocking. Ahead of part 3 of the Real Housewives of New Jersey season 13 reunion, Andy Cohen is dishing out the details on what to expect out of the shocking conclusion episode and revealing private investigator Bo Dietl contacted him regarding Louis' claims that he hired the retired NYC homicide detective to dig up dirt on the cast. I will say regarding the Jersey reunion, it was upsetting. I know everybody's talking about part 3 of Vanderpump Rules, but part 3 of Jersey is stunning and shocking. With the husbands out, it's really wild. Andy then made the revelation that Bo tracked him down to refute Louis' comments that he and the newest Jersey house husband worked in tandem to gather information on his co-stars. However, Andy wasn't completely buying Bo Dietl's story. Andy, are we just calling out Bo Dietl for potentially not telling the truth? Like, is that where we're at in our career, where we just get to call out Bo Dietl? Sounds like a yes to me. So if Andy's calling him out, then I want to hear about it. Bo Dietl tracked me down last week, and he was like, look, Louis never hired me. Andy recounted in a mock Jersey accent. But, that doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't mean he didn't hire you. Like, how would Louis come up with it on camera several times and say you got him info on people? And he's like, I don't know. He's just talking. Andy then noted that his communication with Bo was not in person and he's never met the investigator. I was going to say instigator, but I mean, at this point, it kind of feels like it could be the instigator, right? But hold on. I don't want to just give you guys this. I want to just play you what he said because I feel like it's a lot better. Hold on. Here we go.
About this the other day. I think, it was so striking when she said,
oh, that's about Raquel. Hold on.
Oh, leave it there. I will say regarding the Jersey reunion,
which
you
I
saw
watched.
it.
Yes.
It was upsetting, right?
Well, yeah, the first one was upsetting. This one was upsetting. It looks like it's going to get even more upsetting.
I mean, well, part 3.
Yeah.
I know everybody's talking about part 3 of Vanderpump, but part 3 of Jersey.
Part 3 of Jersey. That's where he's pretty much getting into it. But hold on. There's background music, so I don't want to just play the entire thing. I'll just keep on going with the words of it all. Louis outrageously claimed that he had a stack of information on the cast of The Real Housewives of New Jersey during the season 13 finale. Later that night, he and his wife Teresa appeared on Watch What Happens Live, where he admitted he had lied about hiring Bo out of frustration because he was at the end of his rope. However, following his taking back of the comment, Teresa contradicted Louis' assertion and said she defended and saw justification in why Louis would go to such great lengths to hire the PI, prompting Andy to call her out. Teresa later addressed her snafu on her podcast, Namaste Bitches. She said, I got tripped up on that question. I thought that he was saying to me, can you defend it, that he did not call the private investigator on everyone? So I was saying, yes, he did not. I want to put that out there. Sorry, Andy. I didn't understand the question correctly. I'm not contradicting myself because I didn't understand the question. Bo has become a hot topic of conversation among the New Jersey cast and viewers alike. Despite Louis and Bo's repeated denials, the two worked together on an investigation. Andy has previously said that was not the story Louis was peddling at the reunion. That was not a story at the reunion. It was far different, and we really got into it, and it's a major point of contention. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Happy Sunday, because we got all the drama when it comes to Bravo. So go ahead, comment below. Let us know what you think. And more importantly, before you go, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. Show some love. And also, I will pin the link for Hot Messy Topics tomorrow in here. So we'll see you then.